DIIT. And so many of us actually have shifted, but we all essentially do some of the same work. So I actually now support the borough of Manhattan, but I still am a lead on a lot of your digital literacy and digital accessibility things. So if you need that support, you can reach out to me. I'm going to turn it over to Lisa, who also has a slightly different title, but still doing some of the same great things, right?
Yeah, well, the great part about the reorganization is that we still get to work together. And we get to work more closely with the main man presenting today, Zach. So that part is super, super exciting. And I really thank all of you who have come today. You are in for such a treat, and I'm really happy it's recorded for those who are not able to join us today. And I want to echo Laura's sentiment, thanking Hector for doing the tunes in the background. And if you don't go to the technology office hours, I highly recommend it. And Hector kind of leads that. So thank you for that. And I'll turn it back to Laura to say a few words about Latifa.
Thank you. Thank you. So Latifa's here. She's already been dropping some of the important links and information you're going to need today. But I also want to shout out a few other folks who are on the call. We have some BTDs. I know Wayne is here, and we have some other of our DIIT colleagues. So I just want to shout them out because this really is a team effort. I see Jackie on the line. I think I see Christina. Did I see her? I'm seeing a lot of DIIT folks. So I just want to thank them for showing up. This really is a community effort, on everyone's part. We all know, how important this time is to, make time to learn about the new things, right? It's not always easy. There's so many things on our plate, but I appreciate that we've got the DIIT here and all of you so that we can all learn and grow together. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to Derry, who's actually going to let us know about what's going to happen next month with WNET and PBS.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Laura. I do have also some updates regarding some of the changes in my role before I get to this. Phase, as you know, we have change. So my work stream looks a little bit different, but exciting. Phase now has 4 different buckets that we support family engagement strategies across New York City. One is our homeschool partnership. The second one is parent mentorship. Third is community partnership, and then governance. So that means I'm super excited to share that I support all things community partnerships. So that is my job, to build relationships with all types of sectors, from government to private, to city agencies, to culture institutions. So I'm excited to introduce, which you guys are going to get a sneak peek today, in one of our partners, which is PBS WNET. Some of you guys are maybe aware of the parenting minutes. WNET created some exciting parenting minutes that you all can take advantage of when you are sharing workshops to parents. But let me talk a little bit about some of the things you guys see in the screen. Let's Learn. If you haven't had a chance to check out Let's Learn, it's actually videos led by our teachers, our own NYC DOE teachers, in promoting some of the things that are happening in the classroom. So next month, we will hear a little bit about how our teachers are engaging with WNET and Let's Learn. Okay, let's go to the next bullet. Show what you know. This is actually something new. I think is super creative that WNET wants to now showcase our students. So guys, do you remember when we were kids? I mean, maybe I'm outdating myself, but is that show and tell where we brought something to school and I'm like, hey, this is something cool. I brought my doll, the Cabbage Patch, and I kind of shared a little bit about me being a mommy to my Cabbage Patch. Well, show what you know. It's all about students and how are they, some of their expertise on either things that they're doing at home or in the classroom. Then the next bullet is the group youth collective introduction of so there's a youth festival. It's called Youth Collective, and this is a film festival. So this is for all PCs, FLCs, educators, everyone that's on the line today. If you know of any students who are creating wonderful YouTube videos, or they like champions for, they do a lot of civic engagement and they film it. This is an opportunity to be a part of this film festival with WNET. So if you would like, we will put the link into the chat so that you guys can get familiarized with what the film festival offers to our students. I think it's dope. I love the fact I love film, so that's my industry. So Zach, I wish that I was an actress. I wish that was something that I was able to do right now. So guys, that's pretty much it with the update. It is a sneak peek. It's so much more that they offer, and again, it's all about our community partners, leveraging them and bringing resources to our schools and our community. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Laura.
Thank you so much, Derry. I appreciate it. And the folks from WNET and PBS are absolutely fabulous. We've worked with them before in the past, and I think you're in for a real treat. So I'm excited for them to be here. Okay. Do want to let you know about office hours. In fact, we had our DJ before, Hector. He runs office hours. That's his production. It's not happening next week because, I mean, we're all off on break. I will say my DIIT folks are not, so I'm not going to rub it in too much, but it's not happening next week, but we will have it when we come back. We do have registration on the EdTech portal, but it's a really fabulous time where if you've got, things that you want to discuss, if you have questions, maybe support that you still need, we're all in there. A lot of the DIIT folks that you see here in today's call, they actually go to office hours too. I actually learned quite a bit just going myself. So definitely come. Again, do any of the BTDs, any DIIT folks want to speak to it? I feel like I'm not doing it justice. It's an amazing hour where we get to connect with folks like you.
Yeah, I'll just say something. The office hours, you can discuss anything you want as far as any kind of technical issue, any kind of issue you have as far as getting access to something. What do you have to do with? It's pretty much anything you can think of as far as technically what's going on behind the scenes, both instructional, technical support, and so on. So it's just a good place to ask those questions, and you get people from all different departments there to answer those questions for you and give you the resources that you might need.
I was going to add exactly that. It's the opportunity to get the folks that work in those work streams on all those systems that you guys use every day. So if you're stuck trying to figure out why no one's responding to an email, or even who to reach out to, or discuss some of the fixes that may have been done and are not working, these are the folks that you want to speak to.
Yeah, or the SPOC team is great, email is great, the DIT service desk is great, but that's all text and screens. When you come to the office hour, you actually get to see face to face and talk and hear and interact with humans, even though it's digitally. But that's also cool. You get to see who the Hector is behind the scenes. You get to see who all the players are. It's like, oh, yeah. I get your emails all the time. So come, we just want to see your face.
Yeah. It's also good because you get a chance to see like-minded teachers and like-minded schools having the same issues as you. So you can actually make those connections instead of kind of get a collaboration going with another school in your area to work through these things together and actually deal with them together.
You may have an answer.
A word in? Can I get a word in, Laura?
Absolutely, Hector, plug it, my man.
All right, this whole idea started, right before the pandemic. This whole concept of office hours. At least from my perspective, the way this started is for the purposes of what everyone just mentioned. But for me, the main reason I like to host it is to try to create a more collaborative, a more cohesive, and more a place, an environment where you can speak. If you're upset, I want you to tell me you're upset about what's going on in regards to what's going on. Everything is all related to technology, but there will be moments in which you feel frustrated and you want to express it. So this is a dynamic session where you can be, it's not recorded. You just bring whatever you need to bring. I want to hear it. And I want the folks to hear it because we need to know how you feel. Because that also is, for me, it's like a way of measuring where we are as well. And so in that way, you get some empathy from us. We'll be able to collaborate, and someone will always have some sort of an answer. We'll lead it somewhere. So that's the whole purpose of office hours. It's just a place where you can come and be yourself and tell me about your problems. So
And
I'll
here
leave it at that.
there's smooth jazz that he likes to play.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, I think we've sold it pretty well. Tom, you'll make some friends. I think that's the bottom line. We'll just keep the party going. All
Absolutely.
right. So let's check out who is in this Zoom room. You already know we're nosy. So let me launch this poll 1 second here. All right. So welcome to all of our parent coordinators and our family support coordinators and family leadership coordinators. Hopefully we have some secretaries, teachers, maybe some administrators in the house. And if you're someone who's picking other, just pop it in the chat. We're nosy. We're just like, who are you? What do you do?
That's right.
Right? I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
what you doing?
I also want to add, if you are new to Digital Friday, please let us know in the chat because we want to give you a shout out. So anybody new, let us know. And for those who for our VIP attendees, please invite someone new to Digital Friday. We also want to give you a shout out. So you can put in the chat, I brought someone new.
You got to keep spreading the love. Absolutely. So, it's never too late to join this wonderful group of folks. Continue. Because I own the meeting, I see when it gets forwarded. So I can always tell, like, oh, they're talking about it. I see it's been forwarded to like 10 folks from the same person. I secretly love it. So please, it's almost like just take that link and like scroll it on the bathroom wall, like post it in the teacher's lounge, just hand it out. Why not? So I'm going to give folks another few seconds here to complete this poll. I want to get to like 80% participation. So like if I could just get a couple more folks to answer.
For the others, can you drop in the chat who you are, other?
All right, and we did get to 81% completion, so I stopped it for us. But we are overwhelmingly PCs, as per usual. We know who we're speaking to, but welcome to everyone, folks who are new, folks who are returning guests, and everyone in between. Welcome. You made it to another Friday. And I mean, again, I'm super stoked because we're not only heading into a 3-day weekend. Again, my DIT colleagues, most of them are heading into a 3-day weekend, but us school folks and pedagogues, we're heading into a whole week of fun. So I'm super happy today. And hopefully everyone is feeling the vibe. We have another poll on that note. So let me launch. How are we feeling? Like I said, I have all the feels right now. I'm super happy and excited. Again, we made it through another week. It always feels like climbing that mountain. But like I said, I'm stoked for just a week of like relaxation. I don't even have a vacation that I've planned. I'm not setting an alarm, and that in and of itself is like a huge win. I don't know about everyone else on the call, but I'm just like, I don't have to set the alarm. Yeah, staycations truly are the best. I see some other friends are no alarm type people. You get it. You feel me. I feel like we're connecting. And if you are going on vacation, please live it up. I think especially during this pandemic, vacations have always been really important, but I think even more so now. It's like, whereas before it's like you make excuses, and now it's like I think we've all witnessed firsthand why it's so important to make time to rest and recharge. You don't even have to go far, right? Staycation, maybe it's just getting a nice latte, or for my girls out there, doing a little manicure situation, or just doing something for you, right? So again, whether you're going somewhere or you're staying, I hope you do something for you. That's part of SEL. That's part of taking care of yourself. It is why these breaks are so needed. So yeah, enjoy whatever you do.
I have to plug, Laura, that I love vacation so much that now I am now an official travel agent. I'm thinking about Zach, and because I want to get paid to travel. I love traveling.
That's the hack.
Yeah.
That's the next step. I gotta get paid to travel. If I can do that, I'm gold. All righty. So I am going to end this poll. and I will share the results with you. I think we're all vibing right now. Over 50% of us are like very happy. And I can only surmise it's because, like I said, we're heading into at least a little bit of a vacation. Even my DIIT folks have Monday off. But with that, just want to share a couple more things before I turn it over to our folks from IEP. So as we said, next month we have PBS WNET coming. They're going to share some really great things. And then in April, I know, really bummer, but we're not going to have a Faith Friday. And I know, but keep the calendar in April. The Friday situation is funky. All right. We're celebrating all the things. I think there's like Easter and Eid and a spring break in there. And like, it was a little hairy. I know. But we're going to come back really strong in May with the Office of Library Services. So again, we will stay in touch. We'll be in the teams. Like, don't worry. Like, we're never really far away, but just want to let you know what's happening over the next few months. But with that, it's time to learn. So I'm officially done. I'm going to turn it over to Zach and Nick and Michael and Jose for a fabulous session on all of our enterprise technology updates.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday! Sorry, too much. And I do not drink coffee if you're going to advise me to cut off back from the coffee. So we are from the Instructional Enterprise Technology team. We created a nice little video introduction of who we are, why we're here, just to kind of make it a little bit more fun for all of us today. So I'm going to share my screen. If I can just get someone in the chat to pop in once you hear the audio, just so I can make sure that it's good, because I can't see any of you right now. So yeah, hope this works. Welcome to Friyay on this long weekend and midwinter recess. We are so excited to be here with all of you today. My name is Zach Dane.
I'm Jose Perez.
And I'm Michael Edwards. You may recognize us, or at least the real version of us, from prior Fridays.
Or at least you may recognize our background, since we're always in the classroom.
We are the Instructional and Enterprise Technology team. Do you know what that means?
Not a clue. Just kidding. It means that we manage the citywide instructional tools that are free of charge for schools.
And we also get to hang out with all of you.
Zach and Jose, oh wait, how'd you make this awesome video?
This is a great new feature from Adobe, one of our enterprise partners. You may remember Nick from her session last month.
Don't worry, we'll pop a link in the chat for you. No registration required. Just introduce yourselves and be prepared to share.
Thanks, Zach. Now, using the link in the chat,
select a character, background, and size. We recommend a perfect square.
To create a 30-second introduction about who you are and where you work.
Now we'll give you 5 minutes to get started.
And the timer starts now.
Now.
Cool. So in order for all of us to make this as fun as possible, we can just go through this. We're so glad to see all these great positive comments in the chat. We were really curious to see how it would play out, and we're glad it worked out well. So what we're going to ask all of you to do, because you know us, we got to make it fun for everyone here. I want to go to the next slide. Next slide. Not that one. This one. So what we're going to ask you to do is, if you're not already, please go on mute. We popped the link in the chat, but we're going to ask you to create this yourself. And I'm going to walk through how to do it as you're doing it, just so that you could follow it yourself. We do ask that you mute yourself, or else this is going to be really awkward for everyone else within the call. So if you click on the link in the chat, it's going to take you to this really awesome page. You do not need to sign in. You don't need to go anything crazy. Just click on the link, select your character. I was the Sasquatch because I really had a really long beard up until like last week. You can pick your background, as you might recall. You can even upload a custom background if you want to. Like, you can pick a random image if you so choose. And then we suggest doing the YouTube size just because it makes it look really pretty. From there, what you do is you hit the record button. It's going to do a countdown for 3, 2, 1. You may need to enable the audio and the video on your device. Don't worry, it's not going to show your face. This is what I will look like. This is this beautifully, devilishly handsome Sasquatch. And that's a really just cool little way to do it. You hit record, and we're going to give you about 2-3 minutes. We'll give you 4 minutes to create your own, so that we can see how and introduce yourself to everyone else on the call. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. So actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go back to the slide so you can see what's happening with the slide. And yeah. So we give you about 5 into about 10:29, and we're going to ask some people to share out.
Little hint, the more animated you are, the more animated your character is going to be. So really get into it and really let us know who you are.
Hi, Miss Daisy from 171.
You have a question?
Yeah, how can we help? Welcome.
I think that's just her audio bleeding through from her.
Gotcha. My bad. And when you are done, please download it. You can share it wherever you want. When it downloads, it will take a minute to process. I'm whispering just because if people are focused, I'm trying not to distract you too much.
Aren't you going to be in our background now when we're
Nope.
recording?
Nope.
You're not. Oh, that's so cool. Because I've redone mine about 4 times so far. Also, oh, I'll whisper too. But people should remember we're not the Department of Education anymore. We're New York City Public Schools. So I had made that mistake. So I'm re-recording mine.
No worries.
Okay. Bye. I'm gonna finish.
I love all the animated people on camera.
Quick question. When you're downloading it and it says sign in or create an account, should we be creating an account?
You already have an account through your DOE account.
Okay.
So you can log in and sign with your DOE account, but you don't necessarily need to unless you want to be able to easily access it at a later date.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Georgia, they will take some time to process sometimes, depending on how long your video is. You might have to wait a little bit to let it finish processing. It also could be because you're in a Zoom call and have the processor with both systems running at the same time. So if your camera is on, you may want to turn it off as well.
We'll give you about another 90 seconds or so.
Hi, I have a question. How we can record it if we're muted on Zoom? My headset is also muted over there, so we can't really record it at the same time without unmuting on Zoom.
So Zoom, you can mute on Zoom, but still have the microphone active in your web browser. So you're just muting on Zoom so we don't all just hear everything.
Okay, let me try it because I don't believe it works on the other end.
Yeah, I agree because I tried to do the recording and I'm not hearing anything from the recording that I just did.
There might be some ways that the audio is coming out of your device. There's the computer I'm on. I have a sound bar hooked up. I have a headset piece. I've got like 16 different options of where the audio can come out of. So it might be one of those settings, but
I can
if
hear
it's
you, I just can't hear the audio that I created.
no, and that's what I'm saying. If it's something that it might be better to do this, if you're just having difficulty with it now with the Zoom call happening, it might be easier to do outside of the Zoom call.
Okay.
It's like you just go into the link directly.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that if that's the case. We'll give about anyone else need more time. I'm trying to be mindful.
I just have a question.
Hi. Okay.
I'm trying to sign up, but it's saying it can't sign up with this domain.
So you don't need to sign up. You already have an account created. So that might be why.
Okay.
Also, don't select the sign in with Google. You have to type in your actual email address.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And you're using your DOE account?
Yes, I'm using my DOE account.
It should let you in. If not, you need to go to school account here on the bottom. It's company or school account. And that should be the next step to let you go the rest of the way through.
Oh, okay.
So since we do have some very excited people, I see a few that are in the chat. So I'm going to open them up on my computer. If you want to pop a link to it, like as a Google Drive or something like that into the chat, that would be awesome. And what we can do with that is we can then share it out and kind of have some fun with it and introduce a few of you. We're not going to have time to introduce every single person here, but having a few people is always a fun little way to get things going. So thank you, Miss Susie. Thank you, Peter. We want maybe one more. You can always have some fun with it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm getting on, but I have a blue person. I don't know, blue in an orange shirt pops up and doesn't give me no options. What am I doing wrong?
Do you see this screen overall?
Let me see where you at. Nope. And I pressed on the link and then this is what came up. Was the blue person and doesn't give me no option, doesn't give me this page.
So the link we popped in the chat takes you directly to this page.
Oh, wait a minute. This is Google Drive by P. Oh, no, it's this one. Okay, I think
So it might be a different link.
Yeah, okay, this one.
There's a few different links going on in the chat. Mike,
Okay, I
Mike
got it.
Edwards just popped it in at 10:31.
Thank you.
Look how cute he is. That little Sasquatch. He's adorable.
Good morning. I just logged in and I'm at a loss.
No worries. Thanks for joining in. We're just having some fun. We pop in a link into the chat. We'll pop it in again to kind of create an introduction. And one of the reasons we thought this would be a really cool thing to showcase is because a lot of teachers, a lot of students, a lot of administrators don't feel comfortable being on camera. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's your personal choice, you're more than able to do that. So this is a really cool opportunity for people to show who they are, engage with who they are without having to be on camera, worry about their makeup, worry about how their hair looks, or if they like did a weird face like this and talking like this all the time. Like it's just some fun things to make it a little bit more welcoming for the entire community. Oh my God, there's so many clips. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to just select a few random ones. I have not watched them. I have not vetted them. I'm sure they're great. But just to kind of introduce a few people that we have.
Let's hope there's no cursing in this.
I don't think we have Laura Ogando, so I think we're good.
We didn't. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So I'm going to pick up, there's a few that I picked up. There's Tall, Basil, and Cupcake. Ooh, now I want cupcakes. Oh, Cupcake, you can't. That one we'll save for last so that we all are hungry at the end. So I'm going to, you can still see my screen. I'm just going to stop sharing for a moment and reshare so I have better audio. So I did not optimize. So at this point, I'm going to share 3 different videos and we'll just check them out.
I'm recording stuff. I'm recording dialogue.
I can't hear what's said or else you get a lot of feedback, but if you're laughing, Jose, I'm sure it was great. So thank you, Tal, for this nice little introduction.
Thanks, Jose.
Well done.
Ooh, we got Basil, nice little cute puppy who needs a belly rub. Okay, that's not why we're here. Focus, Zach.
Hi, this is Susie from PS14. Hope everyone's doing great today. It's Random Acts of Kindness Day. Are you going to perform a kindness today? I hope so.
That's
You see
brilliant.
how excited you got with that puppy tail? You were so excited. Holy cow. And then we got one more I'm just going to share. Now I'm hungry. Oh, killing me.
Hello, everyone. Enjoy your midwinter break. Bye-bye.
It's a cute little dude. It's just a cute little thing, right? Let me see if I could get any more. I'm gonna open up one more. I don't know if this is a new one. I'm just going through Google Drive things because it's easier.
There is a question about if they should use enhanced speech or not.
Yep. Enhanced just emphasizes your words that are being used to kind of, it's an optional thing. It just makes it a little bit more crisp.
So does it automatically come to you, or do we have to send it to you?
So people just pop these in the chat. Yeah, you could download it if you want. You can pretend you never did this and hide it forever. It's completely up to you. And just do this one last introduction, and we're going to proceed with what we've got planned for the day.
Good morning. My name is Nicole Arteca, and I am the parent coordinator at PS5.
See, you got a nice little people. We got a nice set of people here. A great little way to kind of build that community without necessarily having to be on camera. And when you have to do like, yeah.
Can I, because I heard people like talking about having fun, but can I just like say like that is so cool. I'm thinking about like all our schools, particularly parent coordinators who manage the social media accounts. Like how cute would that be to throw up on like your school's Twitter or Facebook or Insta? I mean, like talk about just putting something out into your community that would definitely get a lot of buzz, right?
What's also good is it actually has backgrounds for all major media, social media platforms. So you can go in there and it has backgrounds for Instagram, for TikTok, for Facebook. So it's already ready for you to make those sizes. So you don't have to do anything on your side. You just literally pick the size you need, record it, save it, and upload it.
So I feel like challenge just got thrown down. Who's going to be the first PC to make something really cool? All right. And then post it on your school social media. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. All right. Zach, back to you. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. And another really cool thing you could do with this is if you have your teachers, like when you do like parent teacher conferences, if they're remote, you can always share these videos with families, just the hyperlinks to them, and they could learn more about these teachers without having to necessarily talk to them. If you are able to speak multiple languages or are bilingual, trilingual, so forth, you can even speak in different languages. It's pretty awesome. So at this point, we're going to go back into the main content for the day. So thank you for letting us go on this little journey with all of you. The rest of the session today, we're going to be focusing on a bunch of different tools that we have available free of charge for schools, as you might recall from our video introduction. So we're going to run through all of these different things, and all of these different things are free of charge for you and your students to use. And there's a few things we're even working on getting some parents connected to as well. And Michael kind of teased that when the time comes. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Jose, I think it was.
Yes,
right?
That's how to say my name. That's right.
Yes,
well done.
Jose, got it.
Hi, everyone. I feel like it's been a long time that I haven't been here, so forgive me for my absence, but it's great to see all of you. Well, I'm going to go over what's available for all schools, students, and staff in our enterprise tools. I'm going to start with the Creativity Suite. And no surprise, we have access, meaning staff members and students have access to 2 sets of Adobe tools, namely starting with the Adobe Creative Cloud Express. If you're familiar with Adobe Express, you may have known it by a different name, Adobe Spark, Adobe Express Spark, Spark Express. I mean, they had a ton of names, but they decided on finally Adobe Creative Cloud Express. And what is this tool? It is the entry level into everything that is Adobe, which is a graphic arts program. It's considered industry level graphic arts program, and it has a ton of suites. It's a ton of applications within a suite. But Adobe Express is a great way to bring our younger students into the world of Adobe using Express. They could do a lot of amazing things, namely the animation that you just saw. It was quick and easy. It doesn't take much to be able to do that. And it's super powerful and able to be used in instruction quite easily. And all students have to do is log in, I would say via TeachHub, which we're going to, if you're not familiar with TeachHub, we're going to go over that today. In TeachHub, they sign in using their @nycstudents.net accounts. If you're staff, you're going to use your @schools.nyc.gov accounts. You'll see the icons for Adobe Creative Cloud Express. Looks like that icon right there. And the next one, if you could just move to the next slide, that would be the Creative Cloud Adobe Suite. And now the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, it's a combination of 25 super powerful graphic arts programs. And within it, you could design videos, websites. It's all a bunch of different programs that make this up. This is more geared towards our adult staff members, as well as maybe middle school, depending when you want to start it, and even into high school, where a lot of students across the city are using these tools to design. Is it 30 apps? Nick? I saw Nick
I have no idea. The slide says 30, but you said 25, but it's a lot.
I should have said 25 plus.
Okay,
Somebody
there you
got
go.
the
Then we
plus.
would have been safe.
Yeah, no, we
I don't
would be
know.
correct.
I don't
Yes,
know the
it
exact
does say
number.
30 apps, but it will say 25 plus to keep it safe, because you never know. We may add one, we may not. If you run into any issue being able to log in, there's a lot of back and forth of I'm not exactly sure how to log in. I would say there's an info hub links. It shows you exactly, it runs through exactly how to log in. If you follow these info hub directions and you're still having a problem, please open up a help desk ticket. That is the fastest way for us to be able to look in to see what happened to your accounts. As you can imagine, with 77,000 staff members, and last I heard 1.2 million kids, some folks may have been, left out, or the permissions weren't set. I was one of them, so don't worry about it. We can get it sorted out. So if you're super interested in using graphic arts tools to up your game with sharing information to parents, working with your students, please give this a try. It is amazing. There are professional development opportunities that roll out that are not just for teachers. You guys, parent coordinators, I feel that you have so many opportunities out there. Let us know if you're interested in using it. We will share any professional development opportunities that are available for Adobe Creative Cloud, Adobe Express, that we can make sure that we send out to you during the next Friyay event. What else? What else, Zach? Lucid.
Wait, there's more?
Yeah, there is more, Zach. There's a lot more. It's only 10:43, so we're gonna have a lot of, we have to fill in a lot of time. Lucid for education. We on our team, we have a Lucid specialist, and I'm gonna drag him into it because I could never give Lucid enough, just enough love for being able to use this tool in instruction, as well as it can be used not just in the classroom. You can use this to create charts, to help out during planning meetings. What am I missing here, Mike?
There are three different pieces to Lucid education. There's Lucid Chart, which allows you to do diagrams, things like flow charts, timelines, graphics for your presentations that can be opened directly from Lucid itself, or can be integrated directly into from Google Slides and from Google Docs. There's also Lucid Spark, which is an unlimited whiteboard that has the ability to do a lot of different things, including its own breakout rooms and things of that nature. And then Lucid Press, which is now called Lucid Publish, which allows you to do some simple newsletters and things of that nature. Both Lucid Chart and Lucid Publish integrate directly into Google Classroom and can be assigned as assignments within within that LMS. It's also a really great tool to do different things. You can just assign them into groups. You can assign them into individually. It's a really nice product that allows you to do a lot of different things with a lot of templates, especially for the younger students from from K to 8. They have a lot of templates preset to do different things like timelines. They're already ready for you to use and can be used right out of the box without having to do anything crazy about it. Yeah. So it's a really great system to do a lot of different charts, interactivity with your students, and diagramming, and allow them to do very simple thinking and digital skills across the board.
Yeah, and if you find that Adobe Express seems a little, I don't know, there's too many features, you're not exactly sure, the user experience may be not up to what you're accustomed to, give Lucid Press a try. I found it to have tons of options. It is in line with something like Canva and Express and Adobe Express. It's right in line with those products. So you can give it a try, compare, and let us know which one you like best. And of course, we always love to see what you guys are creating. So,
and what's great about Adobe and Lucid, they both have amazing web pages for K to 12.
Yes,
with lots of ideas, lots of different things like Mike was suggesting. So, check out Adobe and Lucid for all K-12. Lots of great K-12 ideas and guides and templates and all that fun stuff.
And again, there are like little workshops webinar workshops that they provide on the EdTech portal, as well as their own training website. Under the category of tutorial links, you'll find a series of them.
There's also one of our certification. EdTech, this is one of our partner certification partners as well. So they're a really great system and a really great companies for their support for their for K to 12 in general.
Absolutely. Zach. And I'm going to hand it over to Michael for the administrative suite.
Yep. Hi, everybody. I want to talk a little bit about some of the tools that your administrations and yet your schools can use in order to do some things to help support your students on the back end. Next slide, Zach. The first one is the LMS LMI admin tool. This tool has a series of different applications you'll see on the screen that allows your principals and admins to easily manage the creation, both the creation of, adding the teachers and adding the students for iLearn and for Google Classroom, our two LMS supported systems within the city. Additionally, your SPOCs, principals, and admins can also create Google Groups if needed for your school to do communications and other things, as well as a place for them to help with the student password reset. Now, basically, this is pretty much for your admins, principals, and SPOCs to help set up those systems, push out students, help align those students, and so on. It's a great thing that works directly with STARS to use the STARS courses and STARS data to populate and create those. A lot of times you'll have teachers wanting to create their Google Classrooms at the beginning of the year. It takes a lot of time for a whole school. This can be done automatically with one touch of a button, have the entire school aligned to the courses that are currently being taught within STARS, making that process easier for the teachers, easier for the students, because it automatically enrolls them. So students don't have to go in and actually select and accept that invitation for each of those. This is a really good system we put together. We've helped create to make that process a little bit more streamlined so that teachers are doing what they need, what they want to be doing, which is teach their students and not have to set up their back-end material. The links are in here. It's a great place for that, and we'll show more of that. If you want that later on when we send this out to you, you can look at those and see those pages. Next slide, please. Wow, no one's ever heard of this system before. The grades, attendance, and messaging applications. As of September, these are now available to all staff, teachers, and admins throughout the city, including parent coordinators, in a limited access to certain parts. You do have full access to the messaging application, but your attendance and grades access will be based solely on whether or not you are provisioned in STARS for classes as a teacher or co-teacher. This tool is a digital gradebook and a digital bubble sheet that actively connects directly with STARS and with ATS, allowing you to connect and basically access these systems easily, create your assignments, import from our LMSs, whether it's iLearn or Google Classroom, and then upload and transfer those grades directly into STARS, bypassing the egg file that was so unpopular for a long time. Both of these systems, the DOE grades is available to parents in the NICSA application. They can actually see this information. Recently, we released the year-to-date averages, so that they can see the overall averages for the entire student and for each individual course. This is also now available for students in the Teach Hub, what's called My Dashboard within Teach Hub for students. So you have access to, excuse me, the messaging application where you can actually send messages to, it's a mass communication tool. You can send information both to the entire class, the entire school, or individual classes directly. And it's a great place for that. We have questions. Is it possible that they have a student? Sorry, they're answering them in the chat. The next page, next slide, please, Zach. The next is Teach Hub. Teach Hub is the main portal that provides access to almost every single supported application New York City provides. Excuse me. It allows you the ability for your schools to personalize them, as you see on the screen here. Your admins can create a dashboard called My School that allows them to have those particular applications that are most relevant to your school, to each class, to staff, to admins, and so on this one page to make it easier than having to search through the whole system. Your admins and your Spocks can actually help personalize this. You can also create announcements, both for your school, for individual classes, and so on, to have those things put out here. I will note that announcements and messages only appear within the Teach Hub system and is not emailed anywhere else. It is only available within that system. But it's just a great place for anytime you need to access the stuff like Adobe, which we talked about earlier. If you want to make sure that you're getting in correctly, the safest way is to go here because you are already credentialed correctly, and your sign-in will have those credentials pushed to those in the simplest fashion. Next slide, please. This is a new slide we haven't put in before, but as of the last couple of weeks, Data Hub is now available for parent coordinators that allows you to get key points of data that you need to understand your school better. One of the things we're showing on the screen now is an example of that. The big one, I think, for parent coordinators is the bottom one, the NICSA account info. It'll show you how many students currently have linked NICSA accounts. You'll be able to click on that number. It's highlighted in blue with an underline and see that list directly. You will also be able to select the students without NICSA accounts and get an accurate list of just those students. So outreach now is a lot easier for you and your school because you'll know exactly who to put those outreaches out to. Excuse me. I'm gonna drink first. Apologize about that. Additionally, you can see which students are using their NICSA account, excuse me, not their NICSA accounts, they're at nycstudents.net accounts, how many people have enrolled, you have used it in the last 7 days, 90 days, and so on. Gives you a real good chance to see how many people are actually using their material, using their email accounts, and accessing their material through that system. This is a link. You'll see those links. We'll have this slide available to you at some point, but you do have access to this now. It'll also do a basic overview of the kind of technology that your school is using, whether it's iPads, Windows devices, Mac devices, or Chromebooks. Next slide, please. Finally, and something not a lot of people know about, is GoGuardian Teacher. GoGuardian Teacher currently is a Chromebook specific program, but we are working to have this extended to iPads and Macs in the future. It also will work a little bit on Windows devices if you're signed into Chrome correctly. What this does is allows a teacher to manage their class all from their own teacher device. It's primarily based off of your Google Classroom roster, but it'll allow you the ability to see every student's screen on your computer. You can create a session where you limit the use of it. You can push out your screen to every screen within your class. You can actually freeze them and have them follow along with what you're doing if you're doing a demo of something. You can also block certain URLs during that time frame. You can say, okay, why are you doing this? You can also push a tab to the entire, all the classes and all the students in your class. It's a really great way to manage your class and keep them all paying attention to what you're trying to do within the classroom. So this is a really good product across the way. We are looking at having iPad and Mac OS have this functionality as well, but it is not available yet. Next, I'm going to give it over to Jose, who's going to walk through the next set of material.
I should probably unmute myself. This is part of the instructional suite of enterprise tools that we have, starting with Pear Deck. And Pear Deck is a Google Slides add-on that's designed to help teachers create engaging slideshows and content for the classroom. It says for remote learning, but we, of course, anything that was used with remote learning is also now applicable in the classroom, since that is where it started. But this helps teachers build engaging instruction content through creating interactive slides for students that has custom questions, quizzes. They can embed audio. It's a very neat way of digitizing the basic things that teachers were doing in the classroom with students. So you can almost, throw away that, the little thin piece of paper that teachers would quiz students on spellings, their spelling tests. And if they're super creative, you could spin it right into a Pear Deck Pear Deck Google Slides to make it just a little bit more fun. It's almost like gamifying. That's I don't know, that's a term that a lot of you may not know yet, but you will know soon. Gamifying activities in the classroom, in and out of the classroom, because you could use this just about anywhere. We do have an info hub page for it. It is in the slides for you. It can be accessed using Google Slides. At the moment, it is not available for PowerPoint within the DOE, but things tend to change over time, so hopefully they'll add that very soon. Next slide, and it's probably my most favorite slide because I am deeply embedded in this work, and that is Minecraft Education by Microsoft. And I am sure that all of you at one point or another heard that term Minecraft. Not only is it a game-based learning platform built around STEM, unleashing STEM skills, creativity, a way of engaging students in collaboration and problem solving, but it is also the #1 video game in forever, ever and a day. So it is the #1 most downloaded video game. There isn't a student in elementary school and in high school that probably has not delved into Minecraft at one point or another. And it is free for every student and teacher and staff member in the DOE to also jump in. So give it a try. Check it out. See why students are raving about Minecraft. In fact, that it goes even beyond K-12. We have kids in colleges that are using Minecraft to share learning. There are whole libraries being built, worldwide libraries, where students and folks from across the world contributing to this one library of every bit of literature that mankind has ever made. In this digital world, it is extraordinary. And I'm super proud to say that in the DOE or in New York City public schools, Lisa, that it is accessible.
Good job, Jose.
Yes, I'm still having a hard time with it.
Me too.
It can be downloaded to any Windows PC, any Chromebook, any Mac laptop, desktop, and any iPad, as long as it has the most updated operating system, that is. So it is accessible through all the different categories of devices that we have in the DOE. But there's more related to Minecraft. If you could please, next slide. If you haven't heard already, the Battle of the Burrows have launched. It is a Minecraft build challenge that was born during COVID closures in partnership between at that time the Department of Education and Minecraft as a way to engage students during those closures when students were home, separated from their classmates and a teacher. So with Battle of the Burrows, it was a way to get everybody together to work on project-based learning assignments, and usually focus on sustainability and like climate activism. So this gave a way for students and teachers to be together. Yes, in a digital world, they were already in there, but more in a game-based learning format. So year one, it launched, I think about 10,000 students submitted their ideas for a better New York City. The second year, it was about 18,000, and it even was covered on ESPN. This year, I'm proud to announce that DIT, CS for All, the mayor's office, the mayor himself, and a lot of our vendor partners that support New York City School, teaming up together to provide the latest iteration of Minecraft Battle of the Burrows. And I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to have Zach play that video so you can see what the Battle of the Burrows is going to look like this year. Zach, if you could.
Hey, New Yorkers. I'm Eric Adams, mayor of the city of New York. This is the greatest city in the world, but we have a lot of people with a lot of different needs. New York City is leading the charge in fighting climate change, giving young people like you the tools for a great education and preparing you for the green jobs of the present and the future. We want you to build a city for everyone. I bet you have ideas on how to make that happen in your neighborhood. And now New York schools are partnering with Minecraft so you can build your ideas and share them. If New York City is to remain the city we love, we must have great places for the people we love. Together, let's build a city we're all proud to be a part of. Now it's time to get stuff done and get stuff built.
Excellent. So this year's prompt that the students are going to focus on is how can we create a safe, connected, resilient, and sustainable borough that moves New York City forward without leaving anyone behind. So students will be, it already launched February 1st. Students are going to work with their teachers or an adult at the school to create their idea of a resilient, connected, sustainable borough. We have build challenge submission windows from February 1st to the 7th. The borough president's offices across each borough will be hosting a qualifying round, a borough qualifying round. The idea of bringing 125 different teams from schools to compete for the 5 top borough representatives. Then we will hold a semifinal rounds in one venue where each team from each borough compete against each other. Then the finals, and then whoever wins the final wins the Mayor's Cup. There's a lot of details involved. That's why we share the website and at schools.nyc.gov/Minecraft. Learn about it, see how who amongst your students would be willing to team up to represent their school, represent their borough in the Minecraft Battle of the Boroughs this year? Next slide, please. And I'm going to hand this off to Zach.
No, it's going to me.
Oh, back to Michael.
Once again.
Back to Michael.
Hey, everybody. Again, the next thing we're going to talk about are the learning management suites that we have available to us within the DOE. And Zach, we lost the screen a second. The first one we're going to be talking about is iLearn. iLearn NYC is a full functioning LMS system that integrates with a lot of different programs as well. It has assessments, it has gradebook, it has a lot of different stuff in it. It's also has the ability to directly import into our DOE grade system we talked about earlier.
The screen is blank.
I know, we're waiting for it to come up right now. So I'm just trying to fill in while he's getting that getting that up. iLearn is great. There's the LMI admin will allow you, if you speak with your regional person, will allows you to have your school fit for that and it's connected to it. And yes, LMS is the learning management system. I'll have that come up in a second. He's having some issues with his system. He does too many things at once. A lot of things,
Closed out
not
some
always.
browsers.
Yeah.
Some tabs, Zach.
Actually, what I might do, I might just help him share this myself.
Yeah,
Make it
you
easier.
share it while Zach's computer takes a breath.
Yep, meet that up here real quick. Hold on.
So transparent facilitation, this is why you always bring a team with you. In case things like this happen, people jump in, you help out. But remember, tech difficulties happen. Even us, we work at DIIT. It's okay. You power through. We're going to get this right up for you. But remember, should this happen, you're not going to let it slow you down.
Can you see this?
Not yet. It's still on Zach's screen. He may need to close out. And this is why you print out a copy and you could hold it up to the camera.
Keep it real old school.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing yet. Let me stop it and try it one more time.
You're viewing. I'm going to stop participants sharing. Let's see if it. Nope, it is stuck on Zach. There he goes. There he goes.
Perfect. All right. So iLearn NYC is a full instructional LMS. It's the basic one we're doing. There is a lot of information here. It allows you to manage curriculum, connect to third-party vendor platforms, track student progress, all in one place. This is the iLearn NYC is the student version, is the student system, whereas WeLearn NYC is the adult version. This allows you, this full instructional LMS for staff. There's a lot of things that go on here. If everybody's heard of Otis before, a lot of Otis's classes are listed directly in this system. We also have, if you're interested in learning more about grades, attendance, and messaging, or Teach Hub, we also have classes for those directly in here that you can sign up for. If you go to the Discover tab, which is the star on here, you'll actually see those available classes that you can actually sign up to for free, which is great. Otis is basically the SMART system, or TEQ. The Smartboard system, they actually named their website now. Instead of just being Smartboard, it's now called Otis. And that's what I mean when I say by Otis. And that's a great system that they have available to you. A lot of people who took the, what's that course we had to take about digital literacy or digital inclusion, that was on here as well. Basically, your ability to know when and which you should use, how to do the correct digital privacy. The last one is our light, or our kind of our semi-light LMS collaboration suite called Google Classroom. This is probably the primary system used without the city at this time. Most of us know how to use that or know what it's like with this. The teachers will assign you or will invite you, unless they're using LMS, which will automatically provision those students within the class, and they'll work with that on a day-to-day basis. The next one is the productivity suite, and this is supposed to be Zach. Zach, are you in yet?
I'm here. Yep.
There we go.
Sorry.
So it's okay.
That Minecraft video broke my computer. It's just so powerful. It's such a great opportunity that my computer was like, haha, nope, you're done. So yeah, the next part is TeachHub. You may use TeachHub all the time to access the different applications that the DOE has to offer, but did you know that your school principal and your school SPOC have the ability to manage that experience and customize it specifically for your school? What? That also includes that they can post comments and messages and announcements so that your students in your school community and that of your staff can see when announcements are coming up. For example, the school I'm a SPOC at still, they posted yesterday saying the end of the marking period is on this date. Get your stuff in time for this date, and kind of re-emphasizing the importance of having student work turned in on time. And then they sent a separate announcement to teachers and staff saying the end of the marking period is this date, grades are due on this date, which students don't really care about that stuff. So it's just a very cool feature to be able to transition and communicate effectively with your school community. The next piece that we can talk about is, drumroll please, Google Workspace Plus. We are the only domain within New York City schools that is not a private or parochial or charter school that has access to Google Workspace for Education Plus. This provides you with some really cool things that you may already know about or may not even know, and that's okay. One of the cool features that this has is something called originality reports. And you have unlimited of them. And an originality report is a thing, it is a plagiarism detector. So if you might remember from turnitin.com from when you might have been in school or just in general, you always have someone kind of verify your stuff. So we have unlimited for each user and each student, where students can even check their assignments. And we've also recently implemented a database so that anytime if two students in the same class submit the same assignment or the same work, it will be flagged to the teacher for both students so that they know, Jose and Mike, you submitted the same work. Something doesn't add up. It's very interesting to me how an individual assignment has the exact same responses. Come on, Jose. Come on, Mike. Thought I taught you better. Some other cool features is Microsoft Office 365. O365, as it's shorthand known, or it's not even easier to say. O365 is off. It's the same kind of thing, but it's provides you access to OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, SharePoint, Teams, Sway, Forms, Stream, Power Apps, Power BI, and many, many, many more things. And each of these things is free of charge. In fact, you as a staff member within the DOE and your students can get up to 5 devices having these enterprise tools free of charge on personal devices. So you can have the powerhouse version on your own personal device of Microsoft Word, of OneDrive with storage, of Excel to manage spreadsheets, to PowerPoint to do presentations, OneNote to take notes, SharePoint to share files, Teams to collaborate, Sway to create really cool sites and things, Forms to collect feedback. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase that one. But there's so many things you could do with Microsoft Office 365 and Google Workspace available free of charge, the top of the line versions free of charge for students and staff throughout the DOE. Woo! This is without coffee. I might need some later. Just kidding. So the last thing we wanted to talk about today, and we were originally planning on doing a demo, but we've just been having so much fun, and those videos in the beginning were super duper awesome, is DocuSign. This is a tool that we think is underutilized and something that's free of charge for schools and may be able to directly benefit you as parent coordinators in communicating and getting documents signed by your families. Have you ever had that experience where you have a field trip coming up, or there's a field trip happening today and you have to awkwardly call up the parent and be like, hey, like we have a permission slip, but it's not signed. Like, can we maybe have them? And the parent's like, yes, send them. But then you're like, this is kind of uncomfortable and weird. Like, do you have permission? Do you not? Like, what's going on? Well, no more. Now, through DocuSign, you could take that permission slip, that document, whether it's a scanned document, something you created on the computer, even a picture, and you can upload it to the system, send it out directly to a parent or guardian of a student. Even students, the field trip coordinator, whoever needs it, they can get it and have it signed electronically within seconds. It's literally like 3 clicks for the person to sign a document. depending on how intense the document is. We also use it within our team, and many schools use it as a per session timesheet or application for per session. And that's a really cool way to kind of automate that process and make it easier, so you don't have to have as much paper within your school. Because back when I was in the classroom, I was a special ed liaison, I was a SPOC, I was a technology coordinator, I was a testing coordinator. The amount of paper on my desk was disgusting. I killed many trees. I personally thought people killed trees on my behalf. But that was a really powerful thing to have this tool come out. Everything that I did that I printed out, I then automated through DocuSign and just had it go that way. And I didn't have to worry about getting any of it. It was just emails, and I had it in my repository for as long as I needed to go. Oh, there's so much stuff. So DocuSign is a really cool tool. You can get started at DocuSign.com. It's also available through TeachHub. It does work on your phone. There is an application for it. So if you want, you can even hook it up to your phone, sign into your account, and then send it out directly there. So that's a really cool way. You could like take a screenshot or like take a picture of a permission slip, send it to a parent, and they could send it signed back to you. Pretty legit. And did I mention it's free? Everything we've spoken about today is free of charge for schools, because we know that every single penny your school spends on something else is something that spends on technology is money it could be spending on something else. So the DOE is working to provide as many tools as we can free of charge to schools, so that you have more money to do what you need to do to educate our students. Because at the end of the day, that's why we're all here. We want our students to be successful. We want our families and the community engaged. And we want to have that positive relationship between the school, the community, our families, and just the entire network of everything going on in the world. So because of all of these tools, we're doing our best to support and provide you with the best resources possible. With that, the next slide.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end.
So that is what we call a mic drop, because Mike dropped the ball and didn't put a finalizing slide. I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. Yes. Yes.
It was funny.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, boss. So thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Deary and Laura at this point, but thank you so, have I mentioned it? So much for having us. You might remember my rap from last time. Laura made me try to recite it again, and I blew it. So I'm not going to do that again.
Somebody has to put a stop to this.
Zach, man, this was fantastic, man. This was awesome. I'm over here grinning because you guys always do a great job in connecting us to these amazing resources. Laura?
Thank you. I mean, fabulous. Again, I've been watching the chat. I mean, so many updates on all of our different enterprise accounts. I know that this was a lot. We went through various different applications, but remember, this is not a one and done. If you need us, we've been dropping the link in the chat. Please join the PC team. I know folks like email. I will tell you right now, it's not always the best way to communicate, particularly when we're trying to communicate to a large group of people like our parent coordinators. So by joining our parent coordinator team in Microsoft, you will always have access to all of the resources that we share on today's call, but it also gives you the ability to ask us when you need support. So it's a two-way street. In between the times when we have our phase Friyay, that's a place you can go to get additional support. So I really want to make sure folks understand that. We do have our attendance today. So it's been posted in the chat, and Latika will post it again. We'll keep popping it in because I know the chat moves fast. But please make sure you go ahead and fill that out. Today's session is Instructional Enterprise Technology Updates. Everything on our form is alphabetized. So let me actually share my screen so folks can see it. Because I'm just talking through it right now, but this is the Google form that serves as your attendance for today. Remember, you're going to fill out all this pertinent stuff at the top, and then down here in our sessions, all right, here it is, Instructional Enterprise Technology Updates. All right, it's actually the only course that begins with an I, so there you go. Fill this out, all this good stuff, and then what will happen later, you will get a follow-up email that'll come from Digital Accessibility, and it will be the link to complete our survey, and that's what leads to CCLE. So we know CCLE is a big deal for folks. You need it, you want it, you're gonna get it. This is the first step, all right?
Laura, I also want to, just before we end, we got like 3 minutes. Jose mentioned Battle of the Boroughs, and we have about 130 participants today. And I just I just want really quickly in the chat, like, how can we spread and make this viral? Because it's such an exciting time in the city where we are all together as a community, really promoting sustainability using Minecraft, which is fantastic. We have Digital Friday and we build the digital community. And how exciting it is now that we have Minecraft, and our own colleagues are the ones that are leading and sort of providing these policies for all of us, not only students, but families to get involved. So help us by putting it in the chat once we upload today's Digital Friday, and some of your ideas to ensure our families are aware and our students are signing up. So again, after this conversation, we're going to take it to the parent coordinator teams chat, and I would love for everyone to help. What are some ways that we can get the word out about Battle of the Boroughs?
And I'm already seeing in the chat, Derry, I see some folks are saying, I'm already blasting it out to the staff as a school project. Please, this is about awareness. So, spread the word, let your administration know that this is happening. We'll continue to post the link. I know folks want, like, give me the promo, give me the flyer, give me the video. We'll get you all that stuff. Again, join the team. We'll post those links in the team as well, so that you have all of this information. But again, just take it back to your school community. Right now, I think we just need to spread the word. We think, it's out there, but it never hurts to just keep talking about it, because there's for all the folks that know, right, Jose, there's always folks that are like, wait, what's happening? What are we doing?
Of course. And it's NP Weekly, it's DOE Press is currently working on it, waiting to put out a press release with City Hall and all the agencies within that make up the departments across New York City are going to be sharing things out. But I know we only have so much time, and I could talk about this all day long, but please forgive me. But it's tied to something so much bigger that's happening in New York City since Mayor Adams was elected. There's an initiative called the Digital Gaming Initiative with a council that he requested be put together. The idea of speaking to all, industry that's involved in digital content creation, and of finding a way to bring those companies over to New York City. And they're willing to do it, and they want to do it, but the biggest issue that these companies are having is where they're going to get their workforce from, right? Are they going to go overseas to recruit this workforce? Are they pulling kids and college kids from across the country to come to New York to work on these new New York companies? Or is it our students here in the New York City Public Schools Department of Education, whatever it's called? Is it going to be our students? This is our home. These kids are interested in this, being part of this digital world. So it would be on us to help prepare our kids to be able to be ready for those jobs. There's a lot of great opportunity that's coming. The Battle of the Boroughs, it's a competition for our kids across the city. But what it really is, it's a model for our parents to see that our kids can do this, and perhaps push the Department of Education public schools to start creating career and technical education programs that are digital design based, that are gaming based, because this industry is bigger than the Hollywood industry right now. It's making more money. It's creating jobs faster than any sector across the country and the world. And I'm sad to say that we meet with the 9 big large school districts in the country. They've had these programs going prior to the pandemic. We're behind. So it's time for New York City to step up, and our teachers to help prepare our kids. So that's what I wanted to share.
So if you ain't sold yet, come on, that was a heartfelt pitch.
And they get to play Minecraft.
Exactly, right? This is a win-win situation. I'm excited. I remember actually years ago, when I was in the classroom, I attended a couple of Minecraft PDs to bring it back to my students. It is so cool. I mean, the kids love it. And again, it's not just, because I think there's a misconception with the gaming. This isn't just gaming and like kids are just like, futzing around on the computer. It's gaming with a purpose, right? And I hope folks are understanding that that's what this is about. It's about using this gaming system to tackle these big real world problems like climate change, right? Like how do we continue to grow our city sustainably? So I'm super excited for this. But folks, again, just a reminder, because I see some folks in the chat and people ping me privately. Remember, you're filling out attendance. So we'll pop those links into the chat again, but you're filling out that Google form. Today's class was Instructional Enterprise Technology Updates, all right? So please make sure you fill that out. Once you fill that out, you truly are welcome to kind of skedaddle. I know you got so many things happening and we're all probably trying to like quickly make it to 3 o'clock or whenever quitting time is, because that's like a whole week off. So I'm right there with you.
Laura, can I add one more thing? And I totally, this is my bad because I blew it off and didn't completely forgot. But there is this Saturday, and I know it's a Saturday, but we had a bunch of sessions on getting folks ready for Battle of the Burrows and learning a little bit about Minecraft. It's called the Minecraft Battle of the Burrows Refresher. I am going to share the link with everyone here. Laura, you're going to help me do it. To sign up for this, it's from 9 o'clock to 10:30. Grab your cup of coffee, get your computer, download Minecraft, and let's all play together over the weekend. That's my pitch. So I'm going to make sure you guys have it. It is on the EdTech portal. So if you get on the EdTech portal to register, do so. And also on the website, on the schools.nyc.gov/Minecraft website, there's past webinars. So if you don't want to join and play with me over the weekend, you can go check out the webinars at your leisure and learn a little bit about it. Share with your teachers, arm wrestle the principal and tell them, stop, let our kids play and learn.
Let's play and learn.
All right.
Agreed.
I love that. Well, thank you, everyone. Laura's going to close us out by, but I just wanted to say.
Deary, before we go, are we going to get copies of this recording? Because it's a lot of information to grasp at one point. It's very good, too.
Absolutely.
So, yes, you're going to get it?
So for folks that want the recording, again, we'll pop the links in one more time, but to get everything, just join our team. Okay. So
that's it.
We'll pop it in. I personally am the one that posts the recording in our team. I typically do it in the afternoon because, it has to process the recording and, and I also have some meetings, but I literally have like a little reminder on my calendar. So you will get it before the end of today. Cause I agree that was a lot of information, but don't worry, we got you covered. So you'll get the recording. You'll also get all the links you saw today. You'll get their deck. We'll share all the Minecraft, all of that good stuff. So don't worry. All right. And then in the chat, Latiqua has gone ahead and posted the links for our PC team. And also, if you click on the diit.nyc Friyay, Friday/23, sorry, it moved in the chat. You'll also see a spreadsheet that has a link to all of our recordings as well. So we put things in multiple places because we know how it is. It's like sometimes you don't have this link, but you have this link. So either way, we have you covered.
Is that the same link to join?
What do you mean to join?
You said
so once you join our team.
So how do you join the team?
That's 1 second here. All right, I'm going to share my screen one more time. 1 second. I'm gonna let me get it to a safe space. Hold on here, because if you know about sharing like what's on your teams, it's like wait. All right, so this is Microsoft Teams. I keep mine in dark mode. So if you're like, what version you got, Laura? This is just dark mode in Teams. And over here on the side, you have, if you're in Microsoft Teams, you have your, various things, your activity, your chat. This is what we're talking about, Teams. Okay. Now I have a ton of teams, but the one you need to be concerned with is the parent coordinator team. That's the link we keep dropping. So once you request to be on that team, one of us will accept you. And really, we have 2 channels. We keep it pretty basic, but most of your updates are going to be in this general channel. So as you see, I post updates, letting folks know, look, it's happening, right? There's always a reminder, typically beginning of the week for Face Friday. And then same day, I'm going back to January. This is what I'm talking about. I always post the recording. And if you look here it's not just the link to the recording, but it's also a lot of the resources. So anytime you see any of these blue hyperlinks, that's what that is. So I just want to make folks aware, this is what we keep talking about when we say Microsoft Team and what gets posted. You have all the information, you get the recording. And if you need to, chat with us, you need more support, hit the reply button, let us know. We get a notification if you reply to us. So this is what I mean when I say like we can keep the conversation going even when Base Friyay has officially stopped. All right. But folks, we are at the end. It is literally a minute before 11:30. I want to wish everyone a fabulous long weekend. For my school-based folks, for my parent coordinators, for my pedagogues, I hope you have the most amazing week. All right. It's a whole week. I'm sorry. I'm super excited. And I just want to say, because I saw someone in the chat ask me about it or say something about it. It's also Black History Month. All right. Do something to celebrate. And I don't mean like do something silly. I've been seeing that a little bit on, media. I saw something on the news about kids being painted in blackface. I'm just like, no. Learn, okay? Support your Black owned businesses. Do something to connect with the community, okay? I can't say that enough. I was a very progressive social justice educator. This is my past, and this is stuff I brought to the classroom. So I am wearing my Black History Month shirt. This is supporting Mahogany Mommies. All right, a little bit of advice: drink your water, love hard, and you know what? You got to fight racism. All right. So on that note, I love all of you. Have a fabulous whatever you have off, and we will see you in March.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Be safe. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. It's great.
I am so sorry. Before you go, I'm lost. I'm on the Teams and I went to PC, parent coordinator team, but where do you sign up to join?
You're in.
So you're in. If you're in the team, you're in. That means you're in, and you can just go into the general. Or the other channel was really when we were doing our tech talks, which we've really migrated on over to the main DIIT office hours. So really, general is the place to be. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Have a good
problem.
weekend.
Good week, everyone.
Bye.